Hello, Internet! I'm Elliot the Purple-Haired Doofus, and welcome to Buddy Reads, where I read a small selection of a book and review it for you. Today we are covering another section of Come Reap, which is a story in Wizard and Glass by Stephen King. I covered chapters 8 and 9. So I hope you've read those yourself, because I do not want to ruin anything for you. If you remember in my last video, our heroes have been captured, and they are jailed because people think that they killed the mayor and the old guy that Susan was supposed to be betrothed to. So they're in jail. Susan rides her way to the station where everyone is held. She goes in, and the deputy and the sheriff are there, and Susan is in disguise. And Susan holds up the deputy and the sheriff to release Roland and his friends. The deputy gets in her way, and she shoots and kills the deputy. The sheriff, witnessing this, attacks her, and she shoots and kills the sheriff. Then she gets the keys and lets everyone out of their cells. She is very hurt that she killed the deputy because she grew up with the deputy. She joked with the deputy. She played with the deputy. The sheriff, on the other hand, could be like, meh. But she lets the boys go. Everyone goes back to a hiding place and they plan. The anti-crew, on the other hand, Jonas and his friends, they have the crystal ball with the evil witch Rhea. And they are trying to use the crystal ball to figure out what Roland and his crew are doing. While Roland and his crew are trying to use their psychic abilities to figure out what Jonas and his crew are doing. There's a scene where they're all kind of gathered together and Roland tells Susan to stay behind. And she does, reluctantly. The boys go to the anti-group, which has amassed about 40 to 50 people to be on their side by now, to attack them. And they also set off explosives, blowing up their oil supply, which was a very thin kind of backstory during the whole romance thing. So the town is on fire. The anti-crew are trying to hunt down Roland and his two other friends. So it's 3 against 50 at this point. And then they use the crystal ball. They find out that Susan is alone. Jonas has had enough of Rhea, and he threatens her, and he takes the ball from her, and he forces her to run away. And she is very sickly. She's very dehydrated, I guess. She is, like I said, skin and bones, and so weak that you could probably destroy her with a bucket of water. And so it's just the 40 men. Rhea has run off, and Roland and his two friends slowly slink up behind them. A good old-fashioned Western shootout with the 3 guys in the center of 50 bad guys. And like all good old-fashioned Western shootouts, the 3 good guys win with minor injuries while killing like half of these people, including Jonas and his friends, and taking back the crystal ball. After seeing Susan alone in the crystal ball, Jonas and his friends go and retrieve Susan. That was a mistake. So Susan is tied up on a horse, going with one of the anti-crew who was not supposed to be with the anti-crew during the big battle. So at the end, Roland takes the crystal ball, he lifts it up, and he looks inside, and he sees something terrible. And I know it's going to be Susan. I know it's going to be Susan with the anti-guy. I'm reminded of a Stephen King book I read a long ass time ago, like early 2000s, when he had built things up this much and then the final battle turned into nothing. And that's what I'm worried this is going to be. This is going to become. I'm also noticing that this is just a bloody version of a very cliched Disney fairy tale. There's nothing really original about this at all. That's why I can predict almost everything that's going to happen before it happens. Most of the bad guys are dead now. The good guys have the object of mystery. The princess is in peril. The good guys are going to go and try and retrieve the princess. The evil witch is feasting on the blood of an innocent right now. It's just all culminating to this just awful end to an awful story, and I am not impressed. Well, if you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the little bell thingy next to it so that you're notified of when I put out videos. And also hit that like button to let me know that you liked it. And leave me a comment if you wish, letting me know how wrong I am, or how right I am, or how much you disagree with me, or how much I'm such a bastard. Just do any one of those 3 things and I'll be happy. I've been Ellie the Purple-Haired Doofus. This has been Buddy Reads, reminding you to watch your pretend radius. And I will see you all in the conclusion of the story Come Reap in the book Wizard and Glass by Stephen King. Toodles!